Hello, I'm Brigantia Blackbird of Blackbird's Brew. Happy Friday. It is time for another Storyteller's Corner. This week we are going to Babylon 5, the character Susan Ivanova, and her quote about the last best hope for victory. In case you're not familiar, Babylon 5 was a sci-fi show in the 90s. It takes place on a space station a few centuries into the future, and it chronicled 5 years of the lives of the inhabitants of the station, which experienced multiple wars and other upheaval. The reason Babylon 5 was created to begin with was to serve as an intergalactic diplomatic hub in hopes of preventing wide-scale galactic war, or at least as a means of limiting the scale of such conflict and bringing warring powers to the negotiating table a bit faster. The main characters did their utmost to make this work, but in the end they had to admit that it had failed. And at this point in the story, when they're realizing that, it is what it is, the character Commander Susan Ivanova acknowledged this turn of events and then stated that the station had become something greater, the last best hope for victory. During turbulent times in the real world, there's a danger of people getting so caught up in the mourning and the loss of what was and the peace that they used to know that they lose all sight of the task at hand and they stop thinking about the future. Storytelling that reminds us that when we cannot have peace, we can still pursue victory are extremely important just for this reason. I mean, yes, the idea is inspiring, of course it is, but that idea has the power to reorder our priorities so that we don't become lost in grief and we don't lose the will to act. Now, most people don't especially enjoy conflict of any kind, and they are keenly conscious that conflict comes with a price, and the worse the conflict is, the higher the price is to be paid. While that is indisputably true, it is also a fact that when trouble arrives at our door, it's our responsibility to rise to the occasion and face it. If we can't have what we wanted, perhaps we will want what we can have, and what we can have is the possibility of victory. Now, this is stating the obvious, and I mean the blindingly obvious, but victory means winning. I'm belaboring that point because we are in a society that doesn't value winning, but values victimhood. Embracing the virtue of winning and having a victory is in conflict. And conflict is a change of mindset for many people, and I think it's necessary to acknowledge that this is a change for people. No matter what kind of challenge we are facing, whether it's inner conflict, interpersonal conflict, or we find ourselves in the midst of armed conflict, if we are going to win, we are going to need to be resolved, be able to think strategically, and have a willingness to take necessary action. All of this will require keeping our feelings in check. No mean feat in a day and age that promotes emotional supremacy. But we can't always indulge our feelings if we're going to be successful and win. Whatever constitutes our best hope for victory, it will be about taking action, pursuing an advantage, and making life difficult, if not impossible, for the opposition. To go into any manner of conflict without this in mind guarantees defeat. So, the question becomes, are we preparing to win or are we preparing to lose? Personally, I'm going to take Ivanova lessons and strive for victory. But let me know what you think. If you enjoyed this particular quote, or if you're just a fan of Babylon 5 in general, I would love to geek out with you. You could leave your thoughts in the comment section below, or you could come see us at Blackbird's Brew on Discord. There is a link to join in the description box, so just click that. It'll take you right to us. In the meantime, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.